This video will walk you through how to build a rubric through outcomes. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and click on outcomes. And if you have a rough draft or you've typed something that has a rubric that you've created, this is where we're going to put that in. So the first thing that we're going to do is I would consider maybe adding a group. I would describe it because in this course we're going to have other things in it. So let's go ahead and add a group. We're going to go ahead and call it geometry, and we're going to call it triangles because that is the name of the unit. You may decide to maybe to use a domain. How you set that up is up to you. I would recommend, though, putting geometry there in the front. And so this particular, we're going to go ahead and hit save. And once we've done that, we're going to go ahead and open that little folder there. And we've got move, edit, delete. Let's go ahead and add an outcome. So when we're adding that outcome, the name of the outcome needs to have the for example, whatever your row is in your rubric, maybe it's a learning target, that needs to go right here. So we are going to use, I'm going to go ahead and put the standard in front of it, -8, and then we're going to go ahead and just copy that description. So this is, I can use Pythagorean theorem to solve right triangles in applied problems. And describe this outcome. Now that pretty much describes all of it. I like the standard in front of it, so then that way I can see which one it is. Now down here is where we're going to put the line, the rest of the row of the rubric. So we're going to go ahead and hit edit. We're going to go ahead and get rid of that piece. It's going to be worth 4 points. And then in your rubric, wherever you have it written, you're going to copy all of that language and you're going to put it right here. And then you're going to click OK. So this was the piece in the rubric that I had written. Then we're going to go ahead and meet expectations. Well, that is our mastery. So we're going to go ahead and delete that guy out. It's still a 3. We're going to copy that portion of the rubric and stick it there. Click OK. Then we're going to go ahead and insert because we need one that is progressing towards mastery. So we're going to go ahead and copy and paste that in there, and that is worth 2 points. And then we need one that is limited mastery. So we'll copy that in. This is our 1. That was from the rubric that I had there. And then I'm going to go ahead and put in the 0.5. That is our 50%. Copy, paste. And we're going to make that 0.5. We're going to go ahead and hit OK. And then we'll slide over here. And then does not meet expectations. We're going to change that to say no evidence of understanding. So that is one row of that rubric. At this point, we need to decide what we want to do. We want it to be, this one is achieve mastery 5 times or however many times. This is most recent score, highest score. So whatever you choose here in this outcome, that would be a group decision. We want to choose it and then go ahead and hit save. So that is the end of that particular outcome. Now that is just one row of my rubric. We're not making the rubric just yet. We have to set up these outcomes. So I'm going to go ahead and add another outcome. This one is again from the standard, but this time it is the second part. The second row of my rubric. And you're going to do this for each row in your rubric, each outcome that you would like to track. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video. I'm going to enter this, and then I'll show you how to create the rubric. Okay, now that I have the two outcomes, these are my two rows in my rubric. Maybe you have 3, maybe you have 4. It depends on your what you've decided to have your rubric, but this would be the things that we're tracking. So once we're done there, now we need to go ahead and create the rubric that we're going to use. So we're going to hit Manage Rubrics, and we are going to add a rubric. And this title is what we're going to paste in there, and I would put, we want that SRT, we want the rubric or the standard SRT-8. Get rid of that. We're gonna paste that in there. And now once this is just the title is just the rubric. I'm sorry, it's just the standard. And now we're going to add those outcomes to it. So we're going to hit Find Outcome. And we know that it's geometry and triangles. We're going to go ahead and click on one of them. And we're going to import that one. So now you can see there's one row of our rubric, and now let's go ahead and grab the other one. My screen's being a little, and we're going to hit import on that one. So now we have our 2 rows of our rubric, but we had this one up here that was originally there. We're just going to go ahead and trash it. And so there you have, we're going to go ahead and hit Create Rubric. And there is your rubric.